Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you stopped by our Interview Day YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Judy Ann Kellaway from the Long School of Medicine here in San Antonio. We're part of the University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio, and we want you to have all the information you need to have a very successful application cycle. We'll have a series of videos up here for you eventually, but we're going to start with the process. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time today talking to you about our process. It's a long process, that's for sure. We began looking at your applications that you've already submitted in June, and I think we already have 3,000 applications, but we began that part of the process a couple of months ago. We will be screening applications all the way up into January. Our interview days are going to run from August dates through the end of January. So we will be screening all along in there for that whole time. We don't get an application and then make a final decision on that application right away. So that means you will remain in a screening process where we review and re-review your application over and over and over again. So that means sometimes if you've submitted in June or July, you might get an invitation anywhere along the way. You might get transmitted to us in June or July, but we might invite you for an interview in November, December, or even January. So we do get a lot of calls that say, where am I in your screening process? And it's one big step in the process is that screening that takes months and months. So if we have received your application, then you remain in a screening process that whole time. So let's see. Let me talk to you a little bit also about other components of the application that we use. The MCAT, we will require an MCAT in order to invite people for an interview. But we look at your current MCAT. We look to see if you are going to take it again, and we'll watch for that. And we even look at late MCATs. So because the process and the timeline is protracted now, then we will even be looking at late MCATs from the September administrations. So those that come across to us in October will still be screening, right? So we'll be looking for that for those late MCATs also. We require a Casper, and there are a couple of other recommended things. So we do require the Casper, but it's not needed for screening. So we will invite you for an interview without the Casper, but it turns out a lot of people have already completed their Casper because so many of the schools everywhere really require it. We use it in an impressionistic way. We don't do any formulas or anything like that. We use it as one piece of many, many, many pieces to evaluate all of our applicants. The other things I want to tell you about are Duet and the SOVI. So Duet is part of the Altus suites. It is a new assessment tool. It's a mission matching tool. It's a way to find your preferences and match them with what might be going on at a school. So it looks at matches and preferences between the applicant and the school for curriculum and culture, and then some outstanding features that the program might have that you like. It is a pilot. It is not widely used right now, but many schools across the country are piloting this mission matching or value matching assessment tool. So we encourage it's research, right? So you would be contributing to a body of research. We will not be using it in any way to make any decisions this cycle. So, but it would be nice to have you contribute to that body of research to see how we might use it and see how the applicants might use it as well. And the next thing I want to tell you about is the SOVI. That is a standardized one-way video interview. It is optional, but honestly, I'm starting to say that we highly recommend it, because whenever our committee members go in to look at a person's video, it is always met with very, very, very positive reviews from the committee member. And it's just another way to have you shine in the application. Let me tell you how that started. The idea started for us to ask applicants to do a video, a SOVI, a standardized one-way video interview, because so many times, countless times, we're talking about you and your application and all of these fantastic things that you are doing. And we think, or we say out loud, I wish I could have interviewed that person. I wish I could have met that applicant in person. And so this video is a way for all of us to get to meet you. And it is just overwhelmingly a positive addition to your application. So consider, really, I would consider doing it. We don't have any secrets. We don't need you to like think on the spot and have a correct answer. We ask you two questions. One is about healthcare and some issue that's important to you personally. And then the other question we ask you is about something that you're proud of. And that always elicits big smiles in the video, so they're fun for us to listen to. You get to go into that Spark Hire link and you can look at the instructions and listen to how you want to do it. You can come back a week later, you can come back 2 weeks later. We do like to see it at the time of your interview. So for whatever Friday you might be invited for the interview, then we would like to see the Casper and the SOVI completed by that weekend. And but we do give extensions also if you just let us know. But we let you go to that website, look at all the instructions, see the questions, maybe plan what you want to say. You can bring notes with you and things like that, and make a little presentation in answer to those two questions. You can take as many takes as you want. We don't care about that either. When you're happy with it, you can hit the submit button. So it's very well received, and it's really a fun way for us to see all of you. We do have people who go to the link and submit a SOVI before the invitation to interview. And we don't really look at those. We don't use them as a screening tool, but I know that they're out there, and the applicant is ready to go with, ready for us to have the SOVI in your application package. So let's see what else. We will be doing about 1,100 interviews this cycle to form a class of 220 people. You can find out more about our classes online on our website. And another time point in this whole big timeline is the pre-match offer period. And we are known to be pretty light in the pre-match offer period. It doesn't mean that we don't love you and that you're not going to be at the top of our match list when it comes to submitting names for the match. We put hundreds of names in for the Texas match. Anyway, we stay light in the pre-match offer period because we want all of our applicants to know that you have as much of a chance as anybody interviewing anywhere along the interview cycle. And we don't want anybody coming to their interview thinking they are just interviewing for a waitlist spot. So we don't fill our class in the pre-match offer period. The next step would be the match. There are wonderful resources on the TMDSAS website, so you should definitely look up those resources and look at advice about making your preference list. It really should be a dream list, and it's the same formula. It's the same mathematical formula that the National Residency Matching Program uses. And it's a great way to take all of our Texas applicants with a large number of applicants, a large number of schools, and sort of sort through all of those initially. But it's not over at the match. That's really just the beginning. That's just the beginning of the wait list period or wait pool period. If you have interviewed with us, we will keep you in our wait pool. We don't have a ranked list. It's a pool of people, and you will stay there until the very end. And in all of the schools, you should know that there is always turnover from the match day in March, early March, through matriculation time. There is a lot of turnover, and a lot of people will get acceptances in that period also. So let's see that. So I think those are the main things I wanted to tell you. We will have some other things to share with you. Watch for the next videos about our wonderful interview day and the things you'll experience on interview day. And we'll answer some questions and tell you some highlights in some other videos. So thank you for tuning in. Hope that was short and sweet. If there, we'll leave the chat function on. So if you do see anything that you want to, or think of anything that you want to ask about, just put it in the chat and we'll try to come back and get those answers to you. We're all about giving you the information you need as you're investigating, all of the schools and all of the potential that you've got in this process. So we wish you all the best. It's a hard journey, but you can do it. Hang in there, and good luck to you. We hope to see you at different points along the way. Okay, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.